This is Gemma. Not too long ago, she was at peak physical fitness. Newish to LA, she spends her time working, loving her cat, Yara, and her partner too, I guess, and rediscovering herself in this new period of her life. Let's see what pondering she stumbled into this week.
I don't know why I'm doing this with the balcony open, but please ignore all traffic noise. So hopefully I put in some clips earlier, but I started off the morning waking up super early, 7 a.m. so I could go to Helms Bakery to grab some pastries for tomorrow. We have some external meetings with people, and I'm trying to do that above and beyond thing and just get something special. But yeah, I'm going to serve coffee, serve the pastries. I don't think anyone's going to really notice the difference, but I've wanted to try Helms Bakery for a while. So being able to use this as an excuse to go get them for tomorrow is really nice. And then I'm also going to grab like some fruit. Basically like a continental breakfast, only because our meetings are so early in the morning that I feel like it's like a courtesy, we have long meetings, have some breakfast. And then for the people that are internal, it'll be nice for them to have breakfast too. I'm trying to, I don't know, it's one of those things where like they always tell you not to go above and beyond at work too much because work doesn't really care about you, but I don't care that much about that. Like, I feel like it's very hard for me to not try my best at everything I do, and maybe that's why I did so well as an athlete, because I was always trying my best. And I think even now it's really hard for me not to do something and try my best unless like the neurodivergence is like kicking in and I'm burnt out or something. I just can't, or I procrastinated too long. So I prevented myself from trying my best because I procrastinated for so long. Anyway, Helms Bakery was great. I love that place. It's just one of those places that really makes me wish I lived in Culver City. I love Culver City. I love all the stuff they have there. And I've gone there a few times at this point and wish I could live in the area and explore it more. I probably should bike over more often and see what it's like over there, but from my few visits, I've loved it. Like Helms Bakery is one of those places where it's like, I wish I lived close by and I could just go in and grab something and just head out like a lot of other people were doing this morning. So, oh well. But yeah, so grab my box of stuff. Hopefully it stays fresh enough for tomorrow. I don't really expect it not to. I also grabbed a matcha. Tasted it, was really good. They're one of those places that doesn't like whisk on the spot for their matcha, but they do make a syrup, like a concentrate basically. They make like a matcha concentrate ahead of time and serve it that way, which I have done myself when I'm making it for the week. A long while ago, I was making matcha like every day, and I just started batch making it about 2 or 3 times a week with the concentrate, and it worked out fine. And I actually got the idea from my trip to Japan, when I would see a lot of like good coffee and matcha places doing that. Like they'd be using the concentrate. And I always thought before that concentrate was not a good way to make matcha, or it would always taste bad. But having it in Japan and having theirs taste good, and then coming back, I've kind of gotten rid of that bias. And yes, some places do taste not that great when they use the batch, but I think it must have something to do with either how they're batching it, how fresh it is, or where it's coming from, versus like the idea of it being batched. Like you can have good batch matcha that's like a syrup concentrate thing and have it be good, and this place does taste good. So I ended up buying some of their powder that they have because it tasted good. I have the tendency to over shop at places like that when I think I might not go back for a long time, and I probably won't because I don't live anywhere really near it. I live like, I don't know, Waymo with no traffic was a 15-minute, 20-minute drive. I'd have to really go out of my way or make it my destination for the day for me to go back there. So I grabbed what I could, what the things I wanted to try. And it's a place where in my mind, like, if someone was visiting, maybe I'd take them or something, or if I really wanted to hang out there, I'd go again. But yeah, it was nice to visit. Today is going to be a cleaning day. I think I've put it off long enough. I've got to do laundry, vacuum mop, clean the shower, clean the bathroom in general, actually. And I might do my taxes if I'm in that sort of mood. If I get to that point where I still have energy at the end, I'll start my taxes, sure. Anyway, yeah, get ready for a montage of me cleaning if I think of it to record. We'll see how energized I get to finish my whole list today. Hello, it is hump day. I think I got some footage from earlier in the week, but who knows? I forget, actually. I think the week was like front loaded with work, actually. So the last thing I actually remember saying actually a lot. The thing I filmed a ton of was the bakery. I really like that place. I would definitely go back if I could. I can't go back. I don't go back. I don't know. I would go back because I especially because it seems like they make throughout the day. So I don't know. It's often they do like a little bit of afternoon. Because they go day, not only they when they do, but they have this meeting Saturday. Like Saturday weekend, like having a meeting. They do like early time, they have that. So something to keep in mind. Monday, Tuesday, blur. I did a lot of work and then I came home and essentially just knocked out. Yeah, it really feels like a Wednesday today, like very hump day behavior. I had not that many meetings today, so I was able to do a lot of the tedious tasks that get built up basically from the week. Especially over the weekend, I get some stuff that builds up that I should address quicker, but at this point in time, I just get to it when I can, which was today. And then it did not help that it was raining and gloomy today, and like actual rain, not like misting or something. Do not believe people when they say that LA does not rain. They're lying. Maybe 20 years ago or 10 years ago, or maybe even 5 years ago, maybe it didn't rain then. But since I visited in, 2025 now, I moved here 2024, I visited 2023, it's rained every year and heavy rain each year. Probably last year, that seemed like an anomaly. Like it was raining so much, everything was flooding so much. And I was like, okay, this clearly seems like not the usual. This year is probably more than usual. We get the sunny days and then we'll get like actual regular rain. And generally like even a regular rainfall will cause some sort of floods at some point, mostly because LA is not really built for rain. Their infrastructure isn't meant to handle rain in that way. So if it rains like either a really heavy rainfall like it did a few weeks ago, or if it rains like back to back to back, like 2 or 3 days in a row, you're gonna see some sort of flooding somewhere, which is interesting. It's like those days that I avoid also being on the road in any form, because I also feel like people in LA don't, despite it raining more, they still have not gotten used to driving in the rain, and it feels just even more dangerous than usual. At least like on the East Coast, people are used to all types of precipitation, so I mean, it's still trafficy and bad drivers and stuff, but it's not as bad as here, I think. Yeah, I considered going out for dinner tonight because I really feel super lazy, but I'm going to make dinner instead, mostly because I don't want to go out in the rain and I'm tired. Which is interesting because that tiredness is what makes me want to go out and eat, but I already ordered lunch, and it feels like, how much more ordering can I do? Ordering food is so expensive. So I figured I'd make kimchi jjigae, like simple, really quick. I can eat it for the rest of the week, and it'll be good. And I've been kind of craving Korean food. Like I considered going to a Korean restaurant for dinner. Maybe I'll have some clips that I can insert to be like, look, I'm cooking. I did it. If not, then maybe I didn't eat it and I just had cereal or something instead. Who knows? Yeah, other than that, I think I'm just I need to edit some social videos so I can promote my last video that just went up. I'm sure I'll link it now that I've mentioned it somewhere in the cards above there, and maybe even down below if I remember and care enough to do that. But I liked the last vlog. It was like a nice, quick, short weekend. It was fun to play around with angles and scenes and stuff. I get to this point where I feel like if I start a project right when I'm almost done, or it feels like I'm done, it basically feels like I finished, and I get really lazy about actually finishing. So for this, like, once I finish editing the video and I show it to my partner and he watches it, it feels like, okay, I'm done. But I still got to make the thumbnail, I've got to make the description, I've got to make a title. I used to also make a whole full blog post of written text to go along with it. I don't do that anymore. I should, because it's nice to have that context, and I do like writing. I just don't right now because I feel like the more I keep saying, oh, if you don't do that, it's not done, then I post less. So I'm trying to be less strict with myself about certain things. So I don't make a blog post unless I really feel the motivation to. And I should also attach some sort of social promotion to it, like either a clip or something to put just around so people know I actually posted, which I think I will do. I'll do that today. Anyway, that's the update for the week. Nothing really happened. I've been tired from work like usual. And I've been sleeping I keep falling asleep early by accident. And then I wake up at 3 a.m. super discombobulated and not sure what's happening. So hopefully tonight I can get a regular night's sleep. We'll see. Hello. I never know how to do these intersectional talking things. I'm finally home from work. It feels good. It's Friday. It's interesting, or it's not interesting at all, but I feel like it's always these like sunny days. The sun's finally out for the whole day today. That remind me that, so these sunny days that remind me that the sun and the weather really affect my mood. Like, I feel like the whole week I felt very, very tired and exhausted and just not burnt out, but like just down and dragging all week essentially. Was just really tired and had like low energy. And today definitely felt like, okay, like I even went for a long walk today. It wasn't too chilly out, the sun was out all day. It just felt really nice. And, it's one of the things I was excited about before moving to LA, about kind of escaping the four seasons and getting more consistent weather. Like, yes, it does get chilly here. There is rain and like, it's not like it's sunny every single day the way people make it seem. I'll say it again, it's not sunny here every day, but it is more consistent sun and it is more often than not. And so I I do think that does really help. It really helps fight like the seasonal affective disorder, the seasonal depression essentially. And for me that it's a huge impact because I feel like those I had some really down seasons, and when that season feel like it lasts forever in the Northeast, it really means my moods can be really down for most of the year. So it's nice to escape that and have this shift. And like a day like today, essentially, I feel that shift. Got some work done, had some meetings done, pretty light day. I walked to Bonsai Coffee Shop, I think that's what it's called. They're really well known for their matcha. Well known. I don't know. There's so many matcha places in LA, but for ones near me, I like them. And I got a sweet cream top. I don't know why I keep ordering because they look cool. The sweet cream I think looks cool. Whenever I see anyone talk about it or post it, it looks like it'll taste great. But I don't think I like sweet cream tops. This is like the fifth time I've gotten it. And I feel like I don't really like the creamy texture that it gives the whole drink. Yeah, as much as I love the look of the sweet cream and I like how it sounds in my mind, I think I'm going to stop ordering them because I don't like them. And I just have to accept that about myself. Anyway, that's my update for today. I think the week as a whole has been a very, very light week. And then work has been working. We're super busy, as we've always been. Yeah, which it feels good. Like I like having things to do and I like being busy. Mostly because it feels like I like the feeling of being responsible. Like on one hand, I hate the feeling of being responsible. Like it's anxiety inducing and like I'm the person that's responsible for this. So it feels like anxiety and scary. Insert anxiety song here. Is my anxiety. But yeah, but with that anxiety comes like, oh, it's cool that they're trusting me with this important thing. And so with that responsibility comes the feeling of like, oh, I need to do a good job on this because they trust me to do a good job on this and they believe in me. And then that makes me be a better person and be better at my job and, careers build from that and things like that. So it feels anxious and like crazy, like, oh, wow, I can't believe you're trusting me with this. But it also feels nice to be like, okay, I'm getting work that it feels like I'm really contributing and I'm a part of the team and I feel good about it essentially. So yeah, most weeks I do end up pretty tired, but I do also feel like that was a good sort of tired. It's like working out, like you feel tired often. When I work out and have worked out in the past, I often do it to like too much of an extreme, but I'll work out, I'll feel tired and sore and all that stuff and it like hurts. Especially with track, it hurts. But then I like that feeling of soreness the next day when I'm like, okay, I know I worked out. Like I can feel it in my body. It feels like my body's changing or getting stronger in some way. And it feels tangible. And I think that's how it feels like working. Like, oh, this is hard. But it feels like I'm doing something, I'm learning something, and I'm getting better at something. So it's a good feeling. And it's a good way to end the week. I think we're seeing like a few apartments tomorrow. But other than that, it's a pretty chill weekend. I don't know how much I'll film tonight, so I'll probably see you tomorrow. Whenever I share my Olympic journey, I always preface it by saying it was one filled with luck. Living through it most of my life has felt dictated by luck and being at the right place at the right time, which in some ways is true. But I think instead of framing it as I just got lucky, I need to also understand and stop downplaying all the work I needed to do to actually get lucky. I needed to do well enough in high school to walk onto a D1 college team. I needed to do well enough on that team and at meets to be noticed and approached about joining the Ghana national team. I had to meet the standard every year to stay on that team. And that particular year, my 4x100 relay had to break the national record twice to get to Rio. Was luck involved? Probably. But I had to put in the work to take advantage of it. And I also had to be in the right mindset to jump and take the opportunities, even if they felt shaky at best. Here I am now, retired, still putting that lesson to work. The days can be long and the work can feel like a huge grind, but as long as I'm trying my best, I really feel I'll have little to no regrets. Anyway, that was my week as a hardworking, lazy, lucky girl. Please like and subscribe for more stream of consciousness that may or may not lead to some sort of profound thought on life. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Test. Whenever I share my Olympic journey, I always prepare it. Preface. Take two. Whenever I share my Olympic journey, I always preface it by saying it was... What? Oh. Well, I have bad handwriting. Stop judging me. The days can be long and the work can be filled. What?
Why don't you go tape it out so you can read it?
What? That takes so much extra work. So I used to write it and then type it and then say it. Oh God, the amount of work it felt like.
Well, you can't read your handwriting.
I know. Why am I not writing neither? I just wrote this. Okay. As I'm trying my best, I really feel like I'll have... Okay. Stop judging me. Where was I? The days can be long and the work can be filled with... What? No!